Hey, you looked. Motorsports 360 is back in your life. Episode number 12 on March 20th, 2018, the first day of spring, unless you're living in New York like Kelvin and I are, and we still have snow on the darn ground. But anyway, I'm Marty. Hope you're having a good day. I am. I would like to say this real quick, by the way. If you have not watched the video I uploaded overnight, my road trip video to the snow cross races in Salamanca, it is up, and it is my first video in 4K. Go watch it, especially if you have a 4K smart TV or a TV with a 4K monitor on it. You will like the video, and you will like that darn quality of it. Sadly, this is not in 4K. I wish it was. That'd be amazing, though, wouldn't it? But anyway, oh my gosh, what the heck is Russell Westbrook wearing? I got players only on TNT as well while streaming the show. And Russell Westbrook has this ugly Parker on. Oh my gosh. All right, anyway, right on to the show. Let's meet the crew for tonight. Another one's coming later on. Hi, Jonathan. We got Michael Kelly.
Good evening, gents.
And finally, we got Justin Zidell.
Yep. Hello, everyone.
Did I get a haircut? No. I very rarely ever my head. Here's why I'm wearing a polo, because I had a project today where I had to wear a collared shirt. But the other guy will join us. Sure, I think you know who we're talking about. But gentlemen, how was your weekend?
Fine.
Very nice, very nice.
I went to Massachusetts for the weekend, see some family.
Over the weekend because I have no life.
I had spring break last week.
This is like the first weekend in a while where I've had pretty much nothing going on, and we mulched the yard, so that was an accomplishment.
Yeah. Jonathan, I believe, if I'm correct, you are on Messenger. Yes. Jonathan, I will send you the link on Messenger. Did you get it? If Jonathan wants to join, go ahead. Jonathan Logan, one of my buddies and my fellow NOFSRL member. We can't be about Jake. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. You guys been watching some March Madness as well lately?
Man, that buzzer beater with Michigan and Houston, that was crazy.
I'm so mad. I fell asleep just before that game ended. And I wake up seeing that a buzzer beater happened. I'm thinking, what the heck? Did I miss that?
A lot of people's brackets got saved this this past weekend with that buzzer beater.
Dude, I had Loyola Chicago in the Sweet 16. Like, literally. Like, I couldn't, like, those two buzzer beaters they had, I was losing my mind, especially the first one. Because I had a perfect bracket on the line right there. And Loyola sunk it, and my perfect bracket was still intact.
Yeah.
I went 7-0 until my bracket was busted, and it was a Seton Hall game.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And then Tiger Woods, apparently he was making some sort of comeback.
Yeah. Let's see here. Everyone's bracket is busted, obviously, because of what happened with Virginia.
Yeah.
If you were one of those 689,000 guys and you start a perfect bracket, I would call you. I'd call you the smartest man on the planet Earth.
I'll call you a liar because you probably just erased it and switched it. That's at least what I did.
Oh.
But I will never admit that. Oh wait. Anyway, yeah. Bad joke 101, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, man, look at that.
No.
It's the way.
Oh, gosh. It is the way.
It is.
Speaking of which, Jonathan
Oh, my
Logan.
camera glitched. My camera
Oh,
glitched.
that's Kelvin and Jonathan have now arrived.
Oh,
Hi,
nice.
Kelvin. Hi, Jonathan.
Hello. Hello, how are you guys?
I think Kelvin's going to make an entrance again.
Discord. Here we go.
We do know the way. We do know
Yes.
the way.
God damn Discord. All right. We know the way.
Yes, we do.
Yes. We all know the way.
I forgot.
Ah, God.
You're gonna make Michael leave the call, seriously. Yeah, there's his entrance.
I can't deal with it. I'm just gonna.
And now he exits. And now he re-enters.
He probably forgot something. Did he
And
forget
now he
something?
shuts his door.
And he forgot
And
something.
now he walks over to his computer.
Yep.
Take a
And
seat.
we're lagging.
He's got a harpoon beer with him. Hi, Kelvin.
Hello. Camera doesn't even work. Okay, there we go.
I think he's plugging in something up. He's has a 6-pack of beer. He's opening a beer bottle.
This ain't no 6-pack.
Oh dang! It's a growler. All right. Anyway, let's get out of the show, okay? We're having too much fun already.
Like that's a bad thing.
All right. First thing let's talk about is the Cup Series race at Auto Club. Let's see here. What was there? Oh, yeah. We obviously had that wreck happen on lap 3 between Kevin Harvick and Kyle Larson. Harvick going for 4 in a row. Unfortunately, got caught up in the wreck. We'll be talking about that later on in the show. Trying to get my race results to load up here, but apparently they're not. Oh, never mind. They are. Okay, good. What else do we have? Well, all we'll just say is for the first time this season, sweeping the race, not just 2-stage wins, also race winner, MTJ. Here's your top 10. Truex, by the way, led 125 laps. Kyle Larson, 2nd. Kyle Busch, 3rd. Brad Keselowski, 4th. Joey Logano, 5th. Denny Hamlin, 6th. Eric Jones, 7th. Ryan Blaney, 8th. Jimmy Johnson, finally his first top 10 of the season, finishing in 9th. That makes Michael happy. And Austin Dillon is 10th. Harvick, by the way, finished in the 35th position, 9 laps down. Let's move on to the next race, which is the Xfinity Series race. Hello to Steve, by the way, who just joined. So let's talk about this. The last race that happened at Auto Club. Let me load up my race recap page here if I can find it. Here we go. I hope this gives me driver stands as well. Okay, good, it does. Okay. Anyway, so interesting race, I would say. One of the big notable things that happened in the race was off turn 4, Christopher Bell and Michael Annett got together. Bell, by the way, was involved in 2 cautions in the race. We had a wreck take place on the final lap between with just Kaz Gralla. A hard crash, I'll say. Gralla said it was the hardest hit he's ever taken in his career. But sweeping as well as winning, dominating as well, leading 139 laps. And there is Justin with his dog. Is Joey Logano. Your top 10, Justin Allgaier 2nd, Elliott Sadler 3rd, Austin Dillon 4th, Daniel Hemrick 5th, Cole Custer 6th, Tyler Reddick 7th, Matt Tift 8th, Ryan Preece 9th, and a round of applause for the driver that finished in the 10th position, the number 4 of Ross Chastain.
Yeah. Woo!
Good for you, Ross. Good for you. All right. I believe that's all the stuff we have to talk about now. Let's get on to the headlines. I think we all know the big one is Calvin. Calvin just tagged me in a post on Facebook. Who he's talking about here.
I'm good.
Oh. Promoting the show. Anyway, the big story that just came out a few hours ago, I'd call this breaking news. Anyway, Daniel Hemrick will be making his Cup debut at Richmond, driving the number 8 Smoky Mountain Herbal Snuff.
Get out of here.
Carrera ZL1. Did any of you guys think for a moment I was about to say Smoky Mountain Barbecue? Everyone gets my joke.
Reba is Colonel Sanders.
Really.
Every
This will
time.
be in 2 races. He'll be racing this at Richmond in a few weeks. And on September 30th at the Charlotte Motor Speedway Roval. So that will be interesting to watch out for when we go to Richmond in a few weeks. That race, by the way, will be a night race, not a day race. See here. What other headlines did I have here? I didn't make a rundown because I was so busy with stuff like all day today. I had no time to create a rundown. Another big story here comes out of Starcom Racing. Jeffrey Earnhardt has been released. It is unknown why Jeffrey was released for the time being. His sponsorship VRX simulators will stay with him. But they did announce a driver. I'm so excited because racing the next 2 races is going to be Landon Castle, the king of Twitter. Woo!
That's not even the best part of the whole news, Marty.
Yes. 00. Nice. I'm so happy he got a ride. Not the best ride, probably the worst ride though, unfortunately. But hey, we'll see how he does though. Let's see here. What else? Oh yeah. So inspection rules have been changed now in the wild world of NASCAR these days. NASCAR will ramp up penalties for teams that fail pre-qualifying inspection and don't make a qualifying lap in the Xfinity Series. A change that will likely come to the Cup Series next week at Martinsville. Those who do not make a qualifying lap because they don't get through inspection will not only start at the rear of the field, they must serve a pass-through penalty that may be happening later on. But the other story, oh yeah, this is the actual story. That happened in the Xfinity Series, by the way. But a streamlined inspection procedure has been released. Scott Miller, Senior Vice President of Competition in NASCAR, said on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio that post-qualifying and pre-race inspection are going to be lumped into one major inspection. NASCAR is looking forward to that as a way forward. It would be really good if we could get it down to one major inspection for the weekend. This will allow more. So he hopes that this will allow fans more access to their favorite drivers on track instead of in the garage area trying to get out for qualifying. But it won't be on the sanctioning body to help teams make it through without issue. That's the big stuff coming out of the Cup Series. Let's go down to the Xfinity Series here, if we have anything in it. Let's see here. Should have something. Nope, nothing there. Going to the Truck Series. Anything there? Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat while I'm watching. Hello, Byron Fan 24. Yeah, Steve, let's just take a moment to realize how hard it was for him to get a ride in my spring league. Took him 3 attempts, maybe even 4 attempts. I don't even know. But Truck Series, nothing there. Let me look at the IndyCar Series and see if we got any news there. By the way, have you guys watched the drag races over the weekend? John Force had his 3rd straight explosion, which was crazy.
Yeah, man, the Forces are having a bad season so far.
Yeah. But hey, I'll take Richie Crampton winning. I'm a big fan of the Coletta guys, and the main reason is because I like what they do every time they celebrate a win. The mosh pit.
Yeah. Yep.
Nothing there. So we're gonna move on to the second time. Once again, anytime you guys have any questions you guys have, let me know. We don't have a lot of questions, by the way. If any of you guys do have questions, even in the panel, just let me know, and we will answer them. First question, as always, what was your biggest takeaway from this weekend at Auto Club? Michael, you're first.
Biggest takeaway this weekend is that Kevin Harvick indeed can be defeated, and he did it to himself. So we are probably going to get into that later, so I won't say too much about that. But Also, another takeaway, 2018 is starting to look a little bit like 2017, especially with our top three being Truex, Larson, and Kyle Busch. Hopefully we never see that again. I'm sure we might, but I will be hopeful.
Okay. All right, Kelvin.
Well, your biggest takeaway has to be that the West Coast look like the same West Coast we see every year. The top drivers are the ones that are running up there all three races out on the West Coast. Martin Truex was a top 10 car all three races out on the West Coast. So was Kyle Larson. Kevin Harvick until he wrecked at Auto Club was another top 10 car that had a shot to win the race until he wrecked himself. That's your biggest takeaway. It's the same story every day out on the West Coast. Same top 10.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Jonathan, if you can hear me. Hello.
Hi. My takeaway from the race would have to be just as I believe what it was Calvin. I believe Calvin said the same top 10 like all races. Each race, gets pretty boring. All the good drivers up at the front, giving no chance for the lower tier drivers. Yeah.
I agree. Justin?
Jonathan,
Harvick wrecking. That was the biggest takeaway. Awesome seeing that because, I've honestly hated Kevin Harvick for a few years now, but that pretty much proved, though, that you can still beat Kevin Harvick. It's possible. So think of that. And he can't win all of them. That's the truth. So, yeah, that's the biggest takeaway.
All right. Michael, what did you want to ask Jonathan?
No, I just wanted to tell him that's probably the greatest background I've ever seen.
Oh.
It is.
That?
Group guy.
Yeah. My biggest takeaway is that Kevin Harvick can be defeated, Kyle Larson can be defeated at a 2-mile track, and that NASCAR still hasn't figured out what to do with the Cup guys in the Xfinity Series.
Another thing I have is I believe Martin Truex is still the only driver to win all three stage races in the Monster Energy Cup Series.
Along with the pole.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a quadruple crown this weekend.
I believe he's still the only driver to do it, dating back to when the stages started from last year. I don't think any other driver's done it. Even Kevin Harvick, and even though he dominated 3 races in a row, he didn't win every stage.
Yeah.
He lost a couple of them. So.
Didn't Harvick win every stage at Vegas this year?
No, Brad Keselowski won second stage, I do believe.
Okay. Well, then Mike Joy was incorrect this weekend. Shocker.
I think that's what happened.
Okay.
Let's find out.
Yeah. As he finds out, let's get to the next question. That next question, which is the final question I thought of, and then I'm going to leave it up to you guys on what question you may have. Let's talk about that wreck they have between Kevin Harvick and Kyle Larson. Who do you guys think was at fault for the accident? Kelvin's first.
Well, after watching the replay, you have to go with Kevin Harvick. I mean, I don't really think you could say anybody's really at fault. It's more like Kevin Harvick's car got loose. Larson came up at the same time as Kevin Harvick getting loose, and they just collided. I mean, I think that's more of a racing thing, and I think Kevin Harvick's going to come out and say that after he sees the replay a few more times this week before he gets a mic shoved back in his face again. And Kyle Larson will say the same thing.
Okay. Jonathan.
Yeah, I believe that Kevin Harvick is at fault for that crash. He if you just look at the video, you can see he going out of turn 2, I believe he just went down on the 42 car of Larson, got loose and just spun in the wall. That's basically what happened. It's Harvick's fault.
All right.
And if you go to the radioactive video, he blames himself for it too. Just saying that.
Okay. Justin?
It was Harvick's fault because that you can see that one angle. He comes down, tries to, give Larson tap, but it goes wrong and turns himself to the wall. So that is his fault right there.
I easily think it was Harvick's fault. As you just said, Justin, he even admitted it.
Yep. I was about to say that too.
Yeah. I don't even think Larson did anything wrong. He just ran his line and Harvick just got into him. Michael.
Well, you know me. I like to look at the video, and I think it was Jonathan who mentioned the video. So let's go ahead.
Let's go next level.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the accident. So let's start the video. They're coming off of turn 2. I think this is the view that's going to be looking right down the backstretch.
That's right. You did get into the
What I'm talking about.
So you're gonna look.
Watch this.
Harvick's back end kicked
You're
out.
gonna want to watch the teams right there in the racetrack to see which direction the cars are going. That's gonna determine whose fault it was. It'll be clear as day. Of course, this video isn't very clear, but you get the point. You're gonna see Larson holds his line. Harvick comes down. They make contact. Harvick loses control. Harvick into the wall. Wrecks. Day is done.
You go back even farther though, you can see at the end of at the exit of turn 2, and Harvick, his back end's kicking out, so he's loose from getting out of the corner.
You probably see it.
He has no control over the car at that point. It's already going down.
On the onboard. You can kind of see the camera shake a little bit on the onboard. So you want to go back further than that?
If you go back to like right when it's out of when he's coming out of turn 2, you can see the back end is already kicked out pretty far.
Let's see.
Back a little farther.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
hang on. Oh, here we go.
Watch, his back end's going to kick out right here.
Yeah, right there.
There. Larson got his nose there, but
Harvick did come down on him.
Yeah. And that's exactly what happened to Daytona when everybody got on that corner. They had no control over the car after it got loose. It went straight down. So there's nothing you can do on that. Until NASCAR figures out a way to stop that from happening, that's going to happen a lot more, and you're going to have the same situation throughout the year.
I'm just glad everyone handled it like mature human beings. Because Fox
I don't know if that would have happened if it was Kyle Busch. No offense to Kyle Busch, but I think if Kyle Busch had that happen to him, he wouldn't have handled it that way, because he's finished second now. The past few, like in the top 5, the past few races, he didn't talk to the media after this race. He left. He went straight to his hauler, changed, and left. He didn't talk to the media.
Apparently, Kyle Busch was never approached by Fox, because Fox went down to interview Kevin Harvick, who finished in 35th, might I add. I know there was that drama that they were trying to build up, but me personally, I don't need to hear from the driver who finished 35th. I really don't care. I want to hear from the guy who finished in 3rd. I want to hear from the top 5 finishers. They have plenty of time for that. Their excuse is that Kyle Busch was parked on the other end of pit road, so nobody went down there to go interview him. They went down where everyone else was. Well, MRN and the radio, everyone, they were all still down there, other media people. So, I don't know. Fox needs to – I thought Fox coverage this weekend was horrendous.
Yeah, I agree. I thought they said as well that they didn't interview him because I think NASCAR was focusing on Kyle Busch's car because one of his wheels didn't have all 5 lug nuts on it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if any of you noticed, but we had a 3-car battle for second on the last lap, and all Fox did was show Martin Truex Jr. going at the same pace he'd been going for the last 30 laps, crossing the finish line, and then showing his pit crew celebrate. And then never even cut back to the battle until it was over, and they were crossing the line.
Yeah.
But we get it. Truex won. His crew is happy. They always do that. They always jump off the wall when they win a race. It's basically tradition. We don't need to see it. We don't need to hear the random radio chatter of his spotter going, MTJ, race winner, MTJ, stage winner. We don't need to hear that. We need to see the battles that are going on the racetrack.
Yeah.
At least do a double box. They had a double box, and then they went away from it.
Yeah, they've done a double box before. I'm shocked that they didn't focus on. I'm shocked. Did Fox even focus on his, as McAllen would say, longtime girlfriend, Sherry Pollux?
Oh no, they didn't even show her.
Was she even there this weekend?
At the racetrack.
So.
I don't think she was at the racetrack.
Yeah, I don't think so either. All right, what other questions do you guys have for the show?
How's Hammer?
Xfinity Series is on a 2-week break.
Oh,
Thank goodness. Holy crap.
Trucks are back. Trucks are back.
Oh, yeah.
But the trucks get to go race at Martinsville.
And guys, did you guys hear about this? So,
All right, I'm back.
my buddy Tristan Allen sent me the weather for Martinsville this weekend. Oh my gosh, I am so excited.
If you say snow, Marty, get the hell out.
Saturday there's rain. Sunday there's a mixture of rain and snow.
Well, they're racing on Monday.
Just wait. If this rain can go by fast with the air tie-ins, we could see a night race.
That's right. The lights.
But I don't think so, to be honest, right now with the weather for.
If it's going to be that cold, you're not going to have fans sitting in there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Sunday's supposed to be a high of 44 and Saturday a high of 49.
Now put that at nighttime and see what happens.
But hey, if we get snow though, you know what this means? We got snowball fights, ice skating rinks.
This isn't Philadelphia.
All right, so just scratch. All right, shut up.
It's like the Xfinity Series when they went to Bristol that one year. All right.
So I'm going to call this is what's going to happen in Martinsville this weekend.
All right.
It will be partly cloudy with a high of 47, only a 20% chance of rain by the time Sunday rolls around, so the race will get in. Your showers that are Saturday and Sunday will be on Friday and Saturday, and you will have a race on Sunday.
All right. Any chance we could see some a little bit of Martinsville payback?
This early in the year is the time to do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't ruin somebody's season.
Are you referring to Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin, or just in general?
In general.
Yeah.
We already saw the payback at Phoenix.
But I also think that this is a track where you're going to have a few of the drivers who think they've been dumped elsewhere so far this year take out a little frustration on the driver that's done that to them, i.e. your Daytona race where it happened to Almirola. Maybe he gets Austin Dillon back this weekend at Martinsville. It's not a high-power racetrack where you can injure yourself if you get hit the wrong way into the barricade. This is a track where you can do that. So maybe Ty Dillon gets paid back by Almirola.
Yeah. I know that Harvick said that it was his fault, but if he does have any ill feelings towards Larson, who knows? They'll both be running up front this weekend. We already know that. So
Maybe
I know he said he doesn't have any ill feelings, but if he does, that's a potential thing that could happen.
Maybe we could see as well Bubba Wallace taking out Denny Hamlin from what happened at Daytona in the final lap.
I'm really beginning to hope that Bubba Wallace has watched that replay enough to understand, like Michael brought up the video, that Denny Hamlin's tire did blow, and that's what caused him to run him up into the wall at the 500.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping he's seen that by now. Granted, I know they're still not on speaking terms at all, but I'm hoping that Bubba was at least smart enough to see that by now.
He got kicked out of the basketball league.
He got kicked out of the basketball league and took himself out of the golf league.
Mm-hmm. Or did he get – I don't know. He got kicked out of one and got taken out of the other. Doesn't really matter, though. He's out, so. But the only thing is that Bubba actually has to get to Hamlin first, and I'm not sure if his car is good enough to do that. But just the way she goes.
What else do we got?
The 8-car pretty excited.
Debut.
The 8-car, Daniel Hemrick, he's gonna get a top 30 finish.
Is this the first time a tobacco sponsor's been in like NASCAR? Like,
okay. Let me explain this. This is not a tobacco sponsorship. I've asked this myself on social media, and people tell me it's not tobacco. It's herbs. It's just one of those ways to quit smoking. It's like herbal snuff. It's not like actual tobacco.
I was gonna say we haven't had a tobacco sponsor in forever.
Didn't Carl Long get a sponsor that has something to do with smoking or something?
It was marijuana.
Oh yeah,
like a marijuana vape pen.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
So I was sitting there looking at that picture of that car. It's like, I haven't seen a tobacco sponsor in NASCAR in forever. Even though if you go to Watkins Glen, they're still giving out school for free stuff. So.
All right. Trying to think what else.
I think Hemrick, depending on what package they put together for him with his car at Richmond, he could run 25 top 20. Richmond is probably the tougher of the short tracks on the schedule. So,
Like I said, I think he's going to get a top 30 finish.
top 30.
Yeah. What else? Looking on Facebook to see what else I can find.
I can check Reddit real quick.
Check Reddit.
NASCAR is bringing back the enhanced fan schedule for 12 races in the Monster Energy Series in 2018, and Watkins Glen's been added to the list.
What do they mean, the enhanced fan schedule? I don't get that.
Will begin a received enhanced schedule formatting features of robust driver appearances, fan interaction opportunities at 12 Monster Energy Cup Series events this season, to beginning with this weekend's STP 500 at Martinsville Speedway. The enhanced schedule will feature 2 days of Monster Energy Cup Series action, while each track will host 3 total days of on-track activities. There will also be rotating schedules of Monster Energy Cup drivers participating in various interactive opportunities for fans and at the racing facility.
Is this like where they do qualifying and racing on the same day?
It's more like you're going to be able to – your drivers are going to be actually available to fans, like to go out. They're going to go out and have like meet and greets and autograph signings, take questions and stuff like that.
That'd be cool.
And the decision to bring back the enhanced schedule was much success with his new idea last year. It was used at Martinsville, Indianapolis, Pocono races in 2017, receiving good reviews from both spectators and competitors. The executives from NASCAR said that the tracks collaborated on enhanced scheduling concept for 2018 with the idea of a unique opportunity for fans to interact with their favorite Cup drivers. Each facility will develop specific programs and events with the goal to continually offer new fan experiences at the track with close-ups with their favorite drivers. So, like, for people who can't afford, like, garage passes to go hang out in the garage and try and meet drivers and stuff, this is actually a pretty cool way for your real Joe Schmo who works at the car garage making – well, I mean, they make a decent amount of money, but they're not going to shell out $150 for a weekend ticket or $120 for a Sunday ticket plus $200 to get in the garage. So it makes them more available to the fan base, basically.
Do you guys think with Landon Castle going to Starcom, do you guys think that Starcom could improve or no?
I mean, good that Castle has a ride, but still, at least give Jeffrey Earnhardt a ride as well.
I don't know if Jeffrey Earnhardt got damage from Daytona, but he still without doubt. So I don't remember if he went out or not, but that's kind of sad if he didn't. So I'd like to think Landon Castle could do better. Did you mention that Truex took the points lead?
No, I did not.
Yeah, he's the new points leader over Kyle Busch. Harvick dropped 7 points because of his 35th place finish. And then followed by Harvick, it's Boyer, Almirola, and Kurt Busch. So Stewart-Haas drivers are 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. That's kind of interesting. NASCAR is going to treat the Charlotte Roval as a separate track from the Oval when compiling track historical records, which makes sense.
Okay.
Hendrick Motorsports is getting calls about sponsorship for Jimmy for 2019. And Byron's Liberty University scheme got a little bit of an update because it was too hard to see the numbers with the old scheme, so they made them.
Thank you. That looks much better.
It does.
Blonde red looked ugly.
There was
Nobody said Hendrick was full of smart.
What?
There was testing on the Roval today.
Nice. I hear IndyCar is having an open test at the Speedway tomorrow. By the way, shout out to that guy in the chat that called us an expletive word. He sounds like that expletive word himself.
I think that's it for news. Besides the obligatory I miss Carl Edwards post, I think that's pretty much it.
Carl Edwards, oh my gosh. I miss him.
Oh, Eric Jones finally got his champagne for winning the 2015 Truck Series.
Oh yeah, that's right, because he was 19 when he won the championship and he couldn't drink booze.
Not legally.
Why don't you just make it grape juice then? Because that's what Formula One does when they go to Abu Dhabi, since alcohol's banned there.
How about Truex being cocky? Truex says he can match Kevin Harvick, if not make it 4 in a row after his first win of 2018.
Wait, what?
Martin Truex in an interview 12 hours ago said that he can match Kevin Harvick's streak, if not go for 4 or more.
That could be possible off of the performances that MTJ had, especially from last year. It could be possible.
Okay, name a short track that he won at.
Well, he almost went at Martinsville, obviously.
Almost doesn't count as a win.
But
Here's the problem with that.
Photo finish, kind of.
here's the thing: he let Kyle Busch go, though. That's the thing.
He hasn't won on a short
The
track.
race is clean.
Yes, he has. He's won a short track.
I didn't get to finish.
He won at Dover in 2007, his first career win.
Technically a short track.
That counts to me as a short track.
Well,
If it's a mile, it's not a short track.
Exactly.
I thought
Well, they say on the media that the Phoenix is a short track and it's a
It's a
mile.
short track.
Yeah, because it's a West Coast short track.
He hasn't won on a short track. And technically speaking, he has not won at a track that's less than a mile long in the Cup Series. Is that correct?
I'll take a look and see where he has won
I
it.
know
So,
he hasn't won at Bristol because I've been to Bristol 5 years.
yeah, he's never won at Bristol. He's won at a road course, though.
Yeah, walk fun.
So
Yeah, so is Casey Kane.
that's the problem that I see with going 4 or 5 in a row. Because he hasn't exactly been up there except for Martinsville last year, and that was just crazy. Everyone was up there at one point.
Let's see here.
By the way, I think Martinsville is where your pit strategy is going to come into play, and I think you're going to have an upset winner this weekend.
That could be possible based on how much fun this racing is.
Yeah. I mean, look at AJ
The
Allman.
first track you go to, you don't need tires every 10 minutes.
Heck yeah, absolutely. Let me see here.
I don't know if you necessarily call it an upset, but I'd keep an eye out for Eric Almirola.
I keep an eye out for Bubba Wallace.
Yeah, Marty and I were talking. I think Bubba Wallace is going to have a resurgence this weekend at Martinsville. He's not my upset pick. He's not my upset pick to win it this weekend, though.
Honestly, you guys should really keep an eye on AJ Allmendinger. I mean, think of him. He runs very well at Martinsville.
He finished second in 2016, I believe.
Yeah, and 2012.
I just think Martinsville this year, I just think this spring race is going to be a pit strategy that's going to win it, and you're going to see a car go in, get fuel only. And
going back to what I was talking about with Eric with Bubba Wallace, his first career win in Martinsville. 1 year later, he won that same race.
So that's why I think Bubba Wallace is going to be a top 10 car.
Yep.
But I don't think he's going to have the strategy to win it.
Yep, I agree. What else is there?
Paint schemes come out what, tomorrow?
I believe so, yeah.
Tomorrow, Thursday, maybe. Yeah, probably tomorrow, Thursday.
Who are you guys putting on your fantasy lineup for this weekend?
I'll use
that
I like fantasy.
and Hamlin.
So, like, obviously, I know I use Fantasy Live. Kelvin uses DraftKings.
Kyle Busch and Hamlin would probably be your money pick. Those two.
All right, I'll tell you guys where I'm going to start. Let's sign in with Google here real quick so I can get my account. I'm going to share my screen, then we can do this together.
Okay.
As long as it doesn't show my email. It's not okay. So let's make some picks, by the way. I'll share my screen with you guys. We're going to work on this together. So luckily we don't have a budget, unlike DraftKings. Let's see.
Makes it more fun.
Screen share. Yeah. All right, guys. Here we go. Here's the first guy I'm going to be picking. It's going to be the man that was so close to winning at this track last season. He was 2 laps away, maybe even 3 laps away. I'm going to pick Chase Elliott. I think this is where we see the best out of him this season. He's due up for a good performance.
I said it last week. If Chase can win one of these races,
If you don't
wins start piling up for him. He's finally going to start figuring it out. If he gets 1, he could end up with 5 or 6. I really believe that.
All right.
Kyle Larson.
All right. Who else do we go with? What else do you guys think?
AJ Allmendinger.
You guys, and should we use him as a? You know what? I'll put him on the garage.
I was going to say, if you want a garage driver, you could look at AJ Allmendinger. I think another guy you could look at is probably Jimmy Johnson. He could be an underdog. He could be a sleeper top 5 finisher this weekend.
All right. I got another driver we could use. This guy. All right, here's what I'm thinking. He was battling with Chase Elliott for that win in the final stages of the race. I'm going to go with Brad Keselowski. We'll select Brad this weekend as well.
He would have won if Logano didn't cut that tire.
So we have 3 picks left.
Glad Logano did.
I've made my 6 picks, by the way.
Who on DraftKings?
Yep.
Who are you doing?
I will show you after this.
Alrighty. Who else do we got?
We'll see how comparable we are.
Yes. Who else could we see?
By the way, I have to remove one of my drivers, but because I'm over by $700. But this would be my ideal lineup if I could do it.
Okay.
So you put Chase and Keselowski in there, right?
Yes, and AJ Allmendinger. Who else?
Isn't AJ in your garage though?
Yes.
So Keselowski finished first in the spring race, followed by Busch, Elliott, Logano, Austin Dillon, AJ Allmendinger, Boyer, Newman, Kenseth, and Stenhouse.
And then Busch or 11.
I'm thinking about Austin Dillon.
You thinking Austin Dillon?
He could be a sleeper. I think Logano could be a sleeper. Yeah, I think
Logano. I'm gonna say Logano because they only have 8 users left on him.
Spring. I was thinking about Boyer too, but
let's put Boyer in. All right, we can put Boyer in.
I wouldn't go Larson this week. I wouldn't go Harvick this week.
Yeah, save those 2.
I wouldn't go Blaney. Wouldn't go Kurt Busch. I don't know if I'd pick Alex Bowman either.
I don't know. Maybe Hamlin?
Hamlin could be good. He just keeps getting some really bad luck.
Let's go with Hamlin.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 5 Martinsville clocks, so.
I'll pick Hamlin as well.
The only problem I've had with Hamlin is that he always seems to be picked by people, and then he just fails to produce. Spring race finishes, where was he? He was 30th in the spring race, and then he got taken out by a teammate and then took out the rest of the field after that and finished like 10th or something.
We got one more pick, gentlemen.
He's just kind of failed to perform.
One more pick.
One more. Oh,
You want to know
shit.
who I'm going to go with? Here's my final pick. I'm going to go with the guy that did pretty good at Martinsville last season, was right in the top 10. I'm going to go with Ryan Blaney.
Okay.
I would stay away from Blaney this week. He finished outside the top 20 in the spring race, and
How did he do at
got-
Phoenix? Oh, yeah, that's right. He didn't do good at Phoenix. So, yeah, that's going to be a stay away from him.
he only got in the top 15, top 10 last year. I don't remember exactly where he finished because of the whole crazy thing with the
Harvick?
last lap and Hamlin trying to take out the entire field.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Who should we pick?
All right, then who should be our last guy then?
Maybe. Okay, this is hard. Maybe. Oh man, this is hard. Me.
What about
Okay, I don't know.
What about Stenhouse? Put another Ford in there. A guy who's performed well at Martinsville in the past.
Or maybe even Chris Buescher. He finished 11th there in the spring.
He hasn't shown much speed.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of him this year, though. That's the thing.
He's up there at Daytona. Oh, wait. Like I told you, Marty, everybody can run well at a restrictor plate track.
Yes.
What about Suarez? Well, what do we think about Suarez?
I don't know.
I haven't seen that much of him this year.
What about Austin Dillon? Didn't he finish 4th there in the spring of 2 years ago?
I think so.
He in the top 6, I think, in the spring last year too.
Let's look at the results from last spring. 2017 STP 500 results.
Oh no, was it?
Take a look at the results from last spring.
Allmendinger got 6.
How about
Let's go Austin. I like Austin Dillon
I was
actually.
gonna say there's Eric Jones. How about Paul Menard?
Paul Menard. I think I may have used him already, but we can put him in.
Nah, I'd rather put Austin Dillon in.
Paul Menard may be a good garage pick.
Nah, we already have AJ
He could
Allmendinger.
be a surpriser. That's my dark horse. I'm putting him in.
I mean, Menard's actually done pretty decent,
So
honestly.
that's my lineup. I'm going to do my bonus picks later on. That's my lineup for Fantasy Live.
Quite broke.
Let's go to Kelvin and see who he's got.
All right. So this will start off since Marty, leave yours on there so I can see how many we have
You
compared.
have mine on there? All right. I got you.
So my first driver, because I'm going to block this
Just
off.
give me a sec. Hang on. I got to do my screen sharing again.
I'm going to block it off so you can't see who my next driver is.
All right, there you go.
So I went based off my picks from right there. I don't know if you can see that. Chase Elliott is my first overall pick this weekend. I think he's going to run extremely well at Martinsville after running well there in the final race in the chase there before being wrecked by Hamlin. Which brings me to pick number 2. Because I don't think this rivalry is over with yet. Like everybody wants to think it is. I forgot. I can't scroll up. I have Denny Hamlin as my second pick.
Okay.
Followed by a man Mike will be happy about. Jimmy Johnson.
Yes, sir.
A bearded Jimmy Johnson, I will add.
Damn right. And then my one pick just got deleted because I had the X button, so I got to go get him back. Now, I told you that somebody was going to win this race on pit strategy and pit strategy alone. And I just pulled up his stats at this racetrack. He has not won, but he's run fairly decent. He's a mid-pack car. The last 4 races, he's been a mid-pack car with Hendrick Motorsports, now driving in a new car. He's led 60 laps. He's won $2.5 million at this racetrack. And he's actually completed in 28 starts, 94.2% of the laps run at this racetrack. Anybody want to take a guess at who that player is?
Casey Kane.
Bradley
That
Bowman.
would be one Casey Kane.
Of course.
And then another driver who was wrecked here by Matt Kenseth, who was some 22 laps down, I do believe,
That's
at this racetrack, and the crowd went crazy. That would be one Joey Logano.
of course.
And this is a driver we mentioned before that Marty and I talked about. That would be Bubba Wallace Jr. That is my fantasy lineup this weekend.
Nice. All right.
By the way, Bubba Wallace Jr. this year has 2 top 10 finishes.
Yeah, that's right.
Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin both have 6.
Nice.
And Chase Elliott, 3.
Nice.
I like it.
All right. I think we'll call it right there. So Thursday, we're going to be previewing this weekend at my track, Martinsville. Also known as the, I'll call it the granddaddy of them all. I hope you guys know why I'm calling it that.
Block.
Yep, we'll be predicting who's going to get that bad boy this weekend. Do we have an IndyCar this weekend or no?
No,
you're the one who watches that shit.
We don't. You said, Justin?
It doesn't return till May.
No, that's impossible. They can't return until May.
I remember watching the schedule.
No, that's impossible. They got Barber, Phoenix, Long Beach.
I'll search it up.
Next race isn't until April. Okay.
What? I'll search it up. IndyCar
2000. They don't race until April. I just looked it up.
Schedule.
April 6th and 7th.
Yeah.
18 days, 47 minutes, 46 seconds.
Yep, these are the same thing I am. 43, 42, 41, 40, 39.
Yep, you're right. Good for you.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, that must have been the schedule for the NBC ones. That's probably what I was thinking of.
You mean the ABC ones?
Yeah. ABC, ESPN.
By the way, I'm hearing rumors about ABC. They're not going to renew their contract next season.
Oh, that means
wouldn't be surprised.
I saw it on a local ABC station tweet that was then deleted. That was now deleted. But I think that's the plan. NBC gets exclusive rights to IndyCar series, and I think we get an Indy 500 on NBC.
But think of this though, Alan Bestwick. He could come back to NASCAR and replace Rick Allen. Think of it.
Rick Allen's got to stay. He's got.
Let's have Alan Bestwick back.
Alan Bestwick can go pit report.
No, he needs to go back in the booth for DW.
Yeah, for good.
You can't have 2 play-by-play announcers though in NASCAR though.
just all time, Alan Bestwick, right there.
Just swap Bestwick and Allen. Give Allen IndyCar and give Bestwick NASCAR.
Wait, you're confusing me there.
I wonder how Rick Allen would
swap the NBC guys.
Or I just had an idea what we could do. ESPN does this with NBA and college basketball. We do a swap. IndyCar guys call a NASCAR race, including the color commentators. The NASCAR guys call an IndyCar race.
Come on, Marty. We got sports to watch.
Yep.
You know, a better idea would just be have the 5 of us go into the booth and do it ourselves.
Yeah.
But, nobody will hire us.
How would that? Wouldn't that be the coolest fan experience ever? Be having fans call the race for a race.
Just gotta make sure that they're not.
I mean, I guarantee you, Marty would do a great job at that.
If fans call the NASCAR race, all we do would be complaining about how bad the on-track product is and how bad NASCAR is.
And they'll watch.
But what if they made you sign a thing saying you have to actually commentate like what real commentators do? You can't complain like about.
No, we'd probably do that. I mean, we wouldn't do that.
To talk about it, I can guarantee.
If you just pick some random fans, then it wouldn't work. But if you had the 5 of us, it would totally work.
Okay, so what if you had to submit a 5-lap video of yourself recorded for the final 5 laps, and that's how you have to record?
Marty, you and I already have that.
Yeah, I do too. They did have the Xfinity Series when they had ESPN. There was one race back in 2009. The only commentators that were in the booth, it was Andy Petrie, Rusty Wallace, I believe Dale Jarrett as well, and Ray Evenham. No Jerry Punch or no Marty Reed, no Alan Bestwick.
Yeah, I remember that, and that's why Dale Jarrett's no longer a commentator, and so is and Rusty Wallace is now on MRN radio because they weren't that good at it. Like Dale Jarrett was better than DW. Don't get me wrong, but
he was. I like his voice for some reason. You know, he sounds good.
I don't know. I think Dale Jarrett has good opinions.
Yeah.
Well, remember the
sense.
2009 Xfinity race at Talladega? After Newman and Jr. made all that contact, and Tony Raines was in third in the 34. They were just like, he was like, here comes Tony Raines on the bottom. He's like,
Here comes Tony Raines at the bottom.
David Reagan gets the win.
I think that'd be one of the coolest fan experience of all time. Like if they did that one race every year, even for like any race, and then like hell, even if it's just the All-Star race, that'd be a pretty cool race to call.
Yeah,
I mean,
except All-Star races the last 2 years have been kind of boring.
Have the fan call a Talladega race for the trucks.
Hopefully it'll be better.
yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be the big boys. Have it be a truck series race. It's still a pretty cool experience.
Or even a K&N race.
You should. The title would be do you want to see the biggest train wreck ever? And no, we're not talking about what's going on the track.
But just think of it. Do you not think people would tune in to see how hard the job actually is, or how easy it really could be for fans to do?
It's the same thing with the drivers only broadcast. People would tune into that.
They tune in to see how good the drivers are going to be, and if they have a career at this after they get out. Like, look at Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney didn't do a bad job when he did it. Brad Keselowski's fairly good at it. We're about to find out how good Dale Jr. is here in about 2 months.
Yeah, that's right.
Harvick's not bad at it. He just needs a little more emotion.
Well, judging from when the Dale Jr. commentated the Clash, he's not going to be pretty good. Well, you never, but you never know. You never know in a year.
Out of control here.
We got to crash. We got to crash.
You
I hate to
Cars
say
out
it,
of
but
control
Jeff
here.
Gordon isn't that great either. Like Jeff Gordon has very little emotion to it as well.
Oh, look at this. He's going to get him right here.
Yeah.
But I mean, Jeff Gordon, he's slowly working his way in there. I mean, he's much better this year than he was last year.
He doesn't say "look at this" nearly as much.
Yeah.
Like the only thing I think that's wrong with DW is that he's been out of the sport so long. He hasn't run the cars that are out there running. Like, sure, he might
I agree
cars loose, but he has no idea what that car's doing and how he can adjust it himself. Like, he's never.
I feel like
never had that capability inside a car like they do now.
Yeah.
So what the hell is he talking? He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I know. I feel like we would make too many memes. We'd be mocking Darrell Waltrip and Boogity and Marty would be yelling, "Look at this" every 5 seconds.
McReynolds, though, I mean, he's pretty decent. He's professional, honestly.
They need to get Larry Mack back in the booth.
Yeah,
not just for the crew chief.
Larry Mack wanted out of the booth because he wanted to be more on the technical side of things, because that's what the crew chief and him was. It was more technical.
Yeah, but he sounds professional.
His side of being on that side is where he wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think he needs to spend more time with family too. So,
but still, he has that one meme call, and we have a caution.
No, it's they touch. All right. Anyway, that's going to do it for Motorsports 360. Once again, Thursday we'll be previewing this weekend's races at Martinsville. So, for Justin, for Jonathan, for Kelvin, and for Michael, I'm Marty saying so long. This has been Motorsports 360. Say bye, everyone.
All right, bye.
Adios.
Bye.
1, 2, 3, and a dodge.
And a dodge.
Billy,
getting your own Dodge.
Toyota. Wait, hang on. I got one more thing.
And a Chrysler.
I got one more thing.
Dilly.
Where we go, Roger?
We got the way.
He does not know the way to victory lane.
We know the way.
No, you did not. You did not know the way to my house.
We know the way.